The reason why they save money by doing this in an automated system instead of doing it just in-house manually, a number of reasons. Number one, by doing this manually, there's this back and forth and a bunch of wasted time. There's always confusion. There's a question of where's the documentation, what was received, what's not. With our automated system, all of that's in one place with just a click or two away. There it is. It's precise. It's done. The second reason is because, as you well know, the overwhelming majority of third-party insurance is never verified. And I mean, the statistics show that about 3/4 of all third-party coverage is not verified. That is a recipe for disaster, because that means that when something happens, especially with the modern trend toward these, and they're called restricted coverage policies. That's a fancy way of saying you thought you were getting a policy, but we restricted the coverage, so it's not going to cover you. And when that's not verified, you actually end up not getting the coverage that you thought you bargained for. So the verification avoids all of that situation. And not only at claim time, by keeping the claim paid by the third party and not by our own insurance, our own meaning whoever's using our system, but the important thing is that when they can go to their insurance company on their own insurance. Now, for a minute, I'm leaving third party. I'm talking about these companies, these retailers, these franchisees, these contractors. When they go to get their own insurance, when they can show our system to the underwriters and show the degree of compliance and verification, they get immediate credits ranging anywhere from 10 to as much as 25%. I have seen that personally with my clients where they obtain that credit. So you say, well, gee, Bob, that's if I ever have a claim, and I'm not really sure I will. And therefore, it's kind of a waste of time for me to verify it. No, it's not. Not only because of the coverage that you'll get from those third parties, but because of the money you'll save on your own insurance. And mind you, I'm not just talking from experience and loss ratio like we discussed previously. I'm talking now simply from business management practices and the insurance carrier saying, hey, if they're hiring all these people, we'd normally have all that risk, but now we don't, because we know for a fact that they're fully verifying these third-party coverages. And therefore, we're not going to be on the hook. So they look prospectively, proactively into the future and the pricing and say, that's worth a 10. And typically the credit, I can tell you right now, is around 15%. I've seen it as low as 10 and as high as 25. Now, guess what? They're going to get that every year on their own insurance coverage simply because they're verifying the other. Now, is that worth it? Well, it might or might not be if you were doing it all manually and had a whole team of people doing this, which is what it would take. But with our system and the simplification and automation, it is so easy and so fast and so automated that it's done to where there is a absolute complete diminution in cost and time, and therefore it is super abundantly worth it on their own insurance, much less the coverage that they'll actually have come claim time. Oh, and speaking of claim time, one other thing I want to mention that I haven't yet. A lot of times, liability losses in particular get bigger and bigger. We know statistically that the longer it takes before you settle a claim, the bigger a claim is going to be. That's just statistics in the industry. When they know that the coverage is there, that the triggering language in the contract is there, that the activation is there, that it's clear and unambiguous, then the insurance carrier for the third party immediately submits it for mediation, arbitration claims, and it keeps the loss down. So it expedites the entire process, even at claim time, much less the verification that was expedited before as part of our system. So there's a ton of really, really good reasons to use the system, even if someone's not done that in the past.